important one. You have to satisfy two audiences, the hardcore fan audience and what we call virgin eyes. So yeah, I don't know. Like, look, to me, this movie is it's a family fight, basically. It's about a group of people, a surrogate family, who've been drawn together by their very unique circumstances and their unique abilities, and they form very deep and complicated relationships with one another, and this movie drives a wedge between them, and it divides them and rips them apart. For me, that's a very relatable story, whether you're a fan of fantasy films or superhero films or whatever. We try to ground the story in very relatable human emotions and human experiences.
But what's the core, the essence of what you would call the Marvel Universe?
I have an equation. M equals MM plus M. Thank you. Marvel equals modern mythology plus money.
I would also, I know when I answered it, it was more specific to this film than the Marvel Universe, but just to speak to the Marvel Universe for a moment, it's like, what Marvel is doing is sort of unprecedented in the history of cinema, in the sense that they are doing serialized storytelling that began 10 years ago with the original Iron Man movie, and it's going to continue now through at least, we know, 2019 with the final Avengers Infinity War movie, and may even go beyond that. So you have a very unique form of storytelling happening here that isn't quite analogous to anything you've seen on television, which is a little more focused in terms of its serialization and continuous. But it's nothing like you've seen in the cinema before, where you've been conditioned to have 2-hour standalone movies. So it's just in terms of why you might be interested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is just that in many ways it is a new form of storytelling that we can all experience in the cinema that's very exciting.
A question here, please. Can
Hi,
you stand up? Yeah.
I'm Sylvia for Disney Channel France. And my question is for kids. I would like to know what would be your advice for kids that want to become Avengers. Sorry.
Hey, whoa!
That's what happens.
Oh, man.
Kids who want to be Avengers. I guess dream big, work hard, eat your broccoli, do sit-ups.
Get an internship with Kevin Feige.
That's right, that's it. Meet Kevin Feige however you can, and do whatever he asks you to do.
No, don't do that.
No, don't do that. He's weird.
That's not a weird one.
No, that's bad.
What do you think, Emily?
I think that, Don's right. Dream big, and I said work hard, and I believe that's true for anything. In order to accomplish anything you want to accomplish in life, you have to invest yourself wholly in it and really commit yourself to it. And that was the best advice I ever got as a kid, So, if you really push yourself, you can really, whatever you want to be, you can do it. My sister's studying to be a vet, and she's excelling at that. It's just about knowing what you want to do, being focused, and really going for it. And I guess that would be my best advice. I don't know.
Also knowing that what you want to do is actually possible.
I was going to say that. Keep in mind that being an Avenger is
Yeah.
actually not
That's
real.
the thing,
Maybe not realistic.
I know somebody who says when they were a kid, they say, when I grow up, I want to be a dinosaur. It's like, you know what? Work hard. Change your DNA.
Get enough guidance to tell you you're not going to be a dinosaur. But yeah.
What advice would you give? Getting to that universe, would you give any advice to kids?
I think we've given enough advice to kids already.
Question ici, au micro.
Alors bonjour, ma question elle est pour Émilie. On peut voir que on peut voir que Sharon elle a un amour pour Steve et on le voit dans le film, mais on peut voir aussi que vous savez vous débrouiller pendant une bataille. Où est-ce que vous aimeriez voir votre personnage atterrir dans d'autres films de la MCU?
I feel like it's, Oh, sorry. I can answer it, but
Oh yeah, of course you.
yeah. Sorry, no, not always, but I did
You
understand.
are. I know that. Show off.
Guess who's doing the presentation at the premiere tonight? Guaranteed.
Nope, everyone wants to see you, Robin. Sorry. I think, what was great about this film is we really get to know, Sharon as Sharon. She's not just Agent 13. Steve finally knows who she is, so we were able to kind of develop that relationship a little bit more and see that connection on a deeper level. In terms of, where she's headed in the universe, I don't know. I mean, you only really know when you get that call, so we'll see, but there certainly is a lot more to explore if they want to take that route, We'll see. Thank you.
Question. Le micro là-bas,
Yes, hello,
monsieur.
Frederick from Belgium. A question for both Don and Robert. Both of you are 51, I think. You are still in great shape, but it's not usual in superhero movies to have a character played by actors that are more than 50. And so, what do you think about that? It's great. Until what age do you think you will play superheroes and you will still be believable?
Now I'm gonna cry.
Well, the good thing is that contractually, I'm finished with these by the time I'm 65. So I think just one more course of steroids, and I think I'll be just fine.
Don and I talk about this too because, there's this inevitable thing that happens. You're in your early 40s, and then you're in your mid 40s, and then all of a sudden you're looking at the back nine, and I think on Iron Man 3, Don was like, I got another more action movies. And I was like, I know, me too. And the clock starts to tick on that a little bit,
Yeah.
And particularly when you're surrounded now with thanks Emily, you get a lot of young folks around you, and I think it's really good. You start, just this morning I was thinking, my God, dude, this is going to run its course in a minute here.
I think a lot of us can't actually imagine that happening, though. I think it's been said many times that it's very difficult to imagine, especially in, with you guys. I mean, I'm new to this, I'm replaceable, but with you guys, there's such the fans have been on a journey with you, so it would be very difficult to imagine anyone else in either of your shoes. I think that's just my
You'd
opinion.
have thought that, and then Anthony was taking meetings with some exciting new young French actors.
Micro est ici. Levez-vous si vous voulez commenter.
Une question pour le réalisateur, qui peut être aussi pour les acteurs. Est-ce que ce n'est pas un film en fin de compte sur la culpabilité et la vengeance, et pour les acteurs, comment chacun réagit par rapport à ça et par rapport à son personnage?
Well, this is also a film about somewhat guilt and revenge. I mean, how do you, as characters, react to those two concepts, and how do you react in real life?
Well, I've never been guilty of anything, so I don't have to deal with that part. But revenge, I think that's an interesting theme in this movie, and that several characters are dealing with it. And they have to come to grips with the consuming nature of that emotion and how that can definitely throw you off of your line. And I just thought it's so front-loaded. The movie is so front-loaded with that, and then it just comes to this shocking point at the end where three characters are dealing with that manifestation. And I just think it was really a real deft way of writing that in there.
What about you, Emily? I mean, after all, you starred in a series called Revenge. You should know some of it, right?
Oh man, I did not bring any of that into this movie. That was all on you guys because I had just finished Revenge and that was enough. I 4 years of it was good. Leave it up to these guys in this film, but it's a very interesting theme and one that I've truly enjoyed exploring for quite a while now. But it was good to leave, that character behind, actually.
I think it deals well in the movie too, because it really is, when you think about it, is one of the scariest for me. It's just so all-consuming. If you let yourself go over that edge, it's like. And I think even when you get the thing that you want, it's never enough. It's not what you're really after. Yeah, it doesn't fix it.
What about you, Molly?
Well, I mean, as far as guilt, if you stop doing what you shouldn't be doing, you won't feel guilty. So everyone should do that. And I was thinking about revenge. Like I always heard, like the smart money is you serve it cold. You wait till supposedly it's kind of like they don't think, you know what I mean? But then I get kind of like spaced out, so I kind of forget what I wanted to seek revenge for. So it works out pretty well.
It's a good trick.
Yeah, another side effect of being 51.
Question là-bas.
Bonjour. Alors moi ma question c'est sur le méchant. En fait dans le précédent Avenger, toute l'équipe affrontait un méchant emblématique Marvel Ultron. Là on a un méchant aux ambitions, enfin aux motivations un peu plus floues, qui est un total inconnu. Donc je voulais savoir comment vous l'aviez construit et on a un peu l'impression que ce méchant il se fait aider par une organisation, une force un peu plus divine, parce qu'il arrive à trouver le soldat de l'hiver que tout le monde cherchait depuis pas mal d'années. Donc est-ce qu'il y a un peu plus derrière ce méchant et est-ce qu'on pourrait le revoir?
Well, in the last film, Avengers, I mean, Ultron was the ultimate bad guy. In this movie, I mean, it's interesting because Zemo is really more of a more sort of complex bad guy. We don't really know where it comes from, but he seems to have sort of a godly force helping him. He's the one who finds the Winter Soldier when everybody else has failed. So, I mean, what's your take on him? And yeah, what's your take on him, really?
You know, Zemo, yeah, we had always thought about him a bit as an allegorical villain. He is, he has the same gripe against the Avengers that many people do when the movie starts. The idea that they have wielded their power in a way that's been irresponsible and hurtful and wrongful to some people. Tony Stark is approached early in the film by another woman who has a similar story, who's angry about that. The whole motivation for the Accords in the film comes from a place of them feeling wronged on that level. Now, Zemo, of course, takes it to the degree that, the unhealthy degree, what you guys were just talking about with revenge, he actually wants payback for that. And here's a guy, you know, we always thought of him on one level as an everyman, but he also has a very specific history in that he was Sokovian Special Forces. So he has a special knowledge about covert activities and